We've never touched a camera before.
Never. We're all very inexperienced filmmakers.
Okay, so let's...
Testing.
Well, we can say like...
Should we figure out how to zoom? Or I mean, not zoom.
Oh, we didn't even white balance.
This is not a good idea what we're doing right now.
We're making a documentary.
My name is Christy Zen, and I am a journalism major, women's studies minor, and I'm a sophomore.
Which is trying to push for the establishment of an Asian American Studies program at Ithaca College. My name is Cristiana Reyes. I'm a sophomore English major.
We think an Asian American Studies program at Ithaca College is really important for every single person. I'm Caitlin Hibbs, and I'm a junior anthropology major. I shouldn't have laughed. We all go to Ithaca College, which is in Ithaca, New York. It's mostly white.
It's in the middle of nowhere, like really in the middle of nowhere.
It's on a hill, so it's away from the town that it resides in.
A lot of people say that Ithaca College is stuck in a bubble.
There's almost 7,000 students total, and out of those 7,000, 72% white,
5% Hispanic Latino,
3% Asian,
3% Black or African American,
3% mixed race,
less than 1% American Indian, Native Hawaiian, or other Pacific Islander.
and 12% are not reported.
The boy who feels kept could be out of his depth, but you know he can go on. His life has felt so long already. He's old, yes to know he's so lonely.
The Asian American Alliance is a student organization on campus. It's also a safe space for students of Asian descent, just so they can come and feel comfortable and relate and just talk and chill and just a place to relax. We welcome anybody to come and learn along with us and make friends and have a good time.
I was pretty much floating in space for a while until, my friends recommended I go to an Asian American Alliance Club. And I think my participation in Asian American Alliance has really transformed it from not just a club, but to a community.
Saw that there was an Asian, Asian club on campus, and I was interested in joining it. I remember going to their first meeting, and I instantly felt like just so much more comfortable just in that room itself, even though I was pretty much in a room full of strangers.
Wanting to feel okay and accepted and that I'm normal and not different all the time.
I knew that there was an Asian Culture Club when I came here, but I didn't really think anything of it. I'm not really one for clubs usually. But working on this project and attending meetings, I really saw the value of having a club that focuses on socio-political issues, and I was able to experience conversations and debates and just like hanging out with people that I don't normally get to hang out with because I do live in such a homogeneous world in my little bubble. In particular, we had one debate about the one-child policy in China.
It made me remember why I like being a college student. It's a social experience of talking to people about really important issues.
We got to think and learn and discuss.
Ultimately, it was a very positive experience.
Provocative discussion.
A good opportunity that I, as a student here at Ithaca, haven't really had.
I'm so happy that Asian American Alliance is covering all these different issues that has never been covered in the past, and that these issues are actually being acknowledged.
Asian American Alliance is such a great club. I feel like that's my only instance of Asian American culture on campus.
I didn't really learn about anybody that didn't look like me. I always thought of race as something that was sort of like outside of me, like other people were different races, but I was just white because I had grown up in a mostly white town, and all the courses that I'd ever taken through high school and even through college mostly were very ethnocentric, Eurocentric, and they were all catered to what I already kind of knew and what my culture already was.
Freshman year coming in, I noticed that there wasn't an Asian American Studies program. And I guess I didn't really make too big of a deal about it. I didn't really feel like it was that important. But as I started involving myself in the Alana community and the Asian American community on campus, I found that it was more important that we had classes that teaches us about our own history and issues that are important to us and relevant to us.
Throughout my entire school curriculum, starting from grade school to now, I haven't learned anything about what it means to be Filipino American. I think it's really important for other people to understand other experiences apart from their own and to be able to look at the world not just from their own eyes but through other people's.
I think that everything that happens to other people of color in this country has everything to do with other people of color.
I was born and raised in Brooklyn most of my life, and then for high school I moved to the suburbs of Virginia, and I saw that I was the only black person in that school, and even was the only black girl in classes and things like that. So I was ready for that type of environment when I came here.
And then actually on campus it was the first time that I felt black, I guess, because I've always pretty much taken on the role of feeling like a white student or a white female.
My freshman year, it wasn't something that I really thought about the fact that I was kind of in the minority, because I'd always been like that.
I always came from a white area, so coming here was kind of hard for me because I wanted to change, but I ended up coming here which was even worse than my high school, but yeah. I almost transferred out for that reason.
When you're sitting in a class, sometimes they touch on a topic that's Asian related. I mean, when you're the only Asian kid sitting there, you kind of get the looks, you do get the feeling that you're expected to be the sort of guidepost for the discussion.
Our first year reading initiative was Persepolis, and the book is based in Iran. And for our seminar, we met before classes started just to kind of get to know one another and to have a conversation about the book. In the middle of the discussion, my professor kind of turned to me and was like, so, what is your opinion on the book? And I realized that she was kind of asking for my cultural opinion. And I kind of tried to explain that my family's from India, not really from Iran, which is a very different part of the world. And she didn't really kind of accept that.
I became far more aware of how my identity was something I wanted to learn more about in my education, and I wasn't necessarily getting that through a journalism education.
I had taken, a full year of courses in things that had nothing to do with me. I began to feel like I was the one bringing in my culture or bringing in my experiences and being like, hey guys, by the way, there's also this.
I've been through a lot of history classes and things like that, and I just couldn't relate to them. Also, because I live with my dad and he's only white, I feel like I've only known white culture, and I've really been missing half of myself.
I was in high school. I was such a different person. I did not want to be with the Asian clubs at my school.
Because I was black and it was my master status, I was addressed as black more than I was my actual name. So my identity was pretty much thrown out the window, the thing that made me unique.
Until I was 7 or 8, I thought I was white, because we don't learn that you learn about white America, basically.
I'd never really like saying my last name to other people, you know what I mean? How sad is that? But after that, it was just I'm Justin Lee, I'm Korean.
But I never realized that there's a history of people like myself in this country. I came here and I started taking these courses in the center, and I started feeling empowered, and I realized the meaning behind the word, the history behind the word, and that's what helped me identify. And now I can go out there and say, yes, I'm a Chicana, and I feel proud of it.
The class and learning about Black history actually helped me build a relationship with my mother and the other half of my family, which was lost before because I didn't understand how not only their lives are personally they make decisions, but also how race affects their lives. And I couldn't word anything until I got the chance to take a program and put words and subject matter and facts and histories and names behind what I had to say, which made it seem more legitimate and was easier to talk about.
Last semester's class with Suji Gage was an anthropology class, but it was on the Asian American experience. Taking that class helped me to see how much I didn't know and how much I need to also learn.
My entire college career has been a process of unthinking and unlearning much of what I had learned and been taught. The most important thing that I've learned is that my identity and my survival is predicated on the survival of other people, and I've dedicated my college career and hopefully the rest of my life I want to dedicate to focusing on that struggle.
It's just a new state of mind. It's just a new way to critically analyze what I'm consuming in terms of media and what also I'm like reading and taking in. It's really difficult to understand how the world functions unless you understand where your place in it or where your place is allegedly.
And now it's something that I am completely proud of and I guess love.
How will you convince somebody to support an Asian American Studies program? Or how can
I will not try to convince somebody. I will tell them it is important.
It's still important to learn about others and realize that we live in this world together and we're always going to be here together.
A lot of people don't think that being able to relate to an education is important. And I definitely think that's part of our culture, and that's not necessarily truth.
We can start building programs of education and body of knowledge and write books and uncover things that have been hidden, hidden from view. What I say, MIH, missing in history. We can find that history, and that will then help us see our way to making other changes in life.
It's empowering to know that one, you had a place in history, and two, that just like before you had agency, people who were black, even in the face of all the suppression, still had agency.
At the very least, it gave me the choice. I could be around people who experienced Filipino culture like I did, and I could say, oh, I want to do something completely different.
Everybody has to understand that the conversations that we're having are not for the betterment of people of color, but for the betterment of the Ithaca College campus at whole.
I mean, the idea that Asian American Studies would just be for Asian Americans is so short-sighted. Why study Greek mythology? I mean, hey, that was 2,000 years ago. What's the point? How many Greek people from Greece are there here who want to study that? Is that all it's for? All of these are part of our world. Asian Americans and Asian American history are American history.
So what's been happening now?
We've been generating a lot of conversation about the topic.
The future of Asian American Studies.
Students have actually, written in the Ithacan.
We started a petition. The official link is up online, but we've been collecting signatures on paper. There's a big desire on campus for this program to be implemented.
It's really inspiring to see students getting passionate about it.
I am 100% supportive of an Asian American Studies program.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Of course. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. I feel it's something that the college does need.
Yeah, I would totally support that, and I would sign up ASAP.
I think we're very well positioned right now, so I'm actually excited for the next year and a half to see what we do with it. But there's plenty of potential for us now to do some pretty big things, and I think we have a number of student leaders who are not going to let us go backwards, right? We're going to force us to go forwards.
Get involved, use your voice. Like we said, we aren't filmmakers, but we're still making this film.
And what Marian Wright Edelman said was, if you don't like the way the world is, change it. You have an obligation to change it. You just change it one step at a time. Okay? We're not going to change the world right now, but we can begin changing it now, one step at a time.